I have been reading a lot this year, a mix between fiction and non-fiction self-help books. Some have been really fun to read, like The Bum Books by Andy Griffiths, which has allowed me to relive a moment from my childhood, something that I don't often get to do these days. Others have been really insightful, and they've given me suggestions about practices and things that I can incorporate into my everyday life, which have only been beneficial to my everyday life. And today I wanted to dive into one thing in particular from a particular book that I've really liked. Let's see if it also resonates with you. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reece, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the topic of fake freedom. This is something I came across in Mark Manson's book, Everything Is, you know the word, which led me on to realize something very important that has changed my life for the better. This is Mark's second book in the series, and both were enjoyable reads. Just as a quick disclaimer, I am not being promoted to talk about this book in any way, shape, or form other than the affiliate link I have left down in the description below if you wanted to pick up a copy for yourself. Let's get into it. The following is going to be a mix between what the book actually says and what I have kind of tweaked to be more relevant to my situation. I would say that over the last 10 years or so, there has been a trend that has been on the constant up and up, and that is life hacks. People want to learn how to speak a new language within a month, they want to become a grandmaster at chess within a week, or they want to become an elite guitarist by the time they've played their very first song on the guitar or learned their very first song on the guitar. Social media trends on platforms like YouTube and TikTok have become increasingly popular at introducing ways to fast track these very time-consuming challenges by promising the reward and removing the time commitment component required to actually achieve them. It sounds like a pretty good deal, right? In the book, the chess example comes up again, which gives context to the story being painted. It talks about a man named Max Deutsch. Now, I hope I haven't butchered that name, M-A-X, Max. Max Deutsch challenges the world chess champion, Magnus Carlsen, to a game of chess. But there is a very strict rule or criteria applied to this scenario, and it is that Max only has 1 month to prepare for that match. And spoiler alert, when they did eventually play, the game only lasted 39 moves, and Magnus Carlsen came out victorious, which was no surprise to anyone. I've left a link in the description down below to an article which really dives into this story if you are someone who's into chess or someone who's actually interested to see how it actually came to be and find out a little bit more information about it. So check that out for sure. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. But the focus of the story here in context for this video is the approach that Max took to beat Magnus. He memorized moves from a chess program to prove that he could master chess within 1 month. But he didn't actually learn anything about chess. He didn't engage with the strategy, he didn't develop his own style of play, and he didn't learn tactics. He treated it like an exam by cramming knowledge to get through the upcoming match, with no intention to ever learn the intricacies of the game. And then he also planned to claim mastery if he actually won. This is not winning anything. It only provides an illusion of winning something. It's the illusion of commitment and sacrifice without actually ever having to suffer through either of them. Fake freedom is addictive. No matter how much you have, you will never be satisfied. Whereas real freedom is repetitive, predictable, and often boring, because committing to anything, let's use learning a new skill or trying to lose weight as an example, they are time-consuming and very painful processes to achieve. Fake freedom also requires larger amounts of energy to achieve the same level of satisfaction, which is known as a diminishing return, whereas real freedom is the exact opposite. As you get better at whatever it is you're doing, it takes less and less energy to get the same level of satisfaction and joy out of whatever it is that you're doing. Let's use me as an example for this scenario. I'm going to quickly go over a few things that I have been consistent with across my entire life for as far back as I can remember, and then I'm going to give you context as to why I'm going through them. As a reference, I am 26 years old. I started playing the guitar when I was 12 years old, and I still play daily to this day. I had to go through years of lessons and classes. I joined the music program at the school I went to be able to learn songs, and I started off, it probably took me a couple of months to learn a song in full, where I've now got to the point where it takes me probably less than an hour if it's a complex song, maybe a few hours, and I can pretty much get the gist of it, practice that for maybe a week and be able to play it like an expert within that period of time. From the age of 16, I started going to the gym, roughly 4 days a week, and have now been consistent for over 10 years. And I actually have tracked how often I've been going. Here is a previous year just as a reference. Please ignore the lack of leg and shoulder days because I hate training legs and I hate training shoulders. Now, I am no bodybuilder, but I am comfortable to say that I am very happy with the shape of my body and the mental stress outlet that exercise has given me is irreplaceable over that period of time as well. Another one relating it all the way back to the start of this video is chess. I have played chess my entire life, but it wasn't until recently, probably in the last couple of years, that I really started to study and practice getting better at the game. And the beautiful thing about chess is that you can actually track your progress. In that time, I have improved significantly at the game to the point now where I'm a formidable opponent to many, and I have a deep appreciation for the game. And the last example, which will lead me into the summary of what this video is all about, is money. The book kind of goes off on a tangent, so I'm kind of freestyling now, but stick with me. This is where the realization that I had really came into play. I have always had an interest in how to improve my finances through learning about personal finance, managing money, and learning how to save money. But from this particular chapter in the book that really opened my eyes to this realization of fake freedom versus real freedom, I have realized that I've committed the last 20 years of my life. I've truly committed that time to this real freedom ideology of learning how to get better at finance. The time and effort that was once a grind to learn about taxes, interest, and how to budget has now become a part of my life for the better. Not only have I put a system in place that ensures that I will never struggle to put food on the table again, I am now moving into the more enjoyable components of money management by being able to use my disposable income on things like planning holidays, building my wealth through investing, and being able to enjoy spending my money on the things that are important to me. It was this chapter of the book that really gave me a moment of clarity to help me understand that I have worked hard to achieve what I have, and I can thank learning good habits, discipline, and commitment practices for it. The context component for you, the viewer, is that it doesn't matter what age you are and it doesn't matter where you are on this planet. Committing to something definitely can give you more. It can definitely pay off over time, and it's something that if you are committed enough or you do frequently enough, it is going to pay off in the long run. There is no better time to start learning something new or trying to work towards a goal than right now. I am convinced that in my 40s, when I've hopefully retired, I'm going to learn how to play the drums. And that's going to be a big time commitment to learn how to play the drums because I'm very unco with my legs and my feet. My legs and my feet and hands, but it's something that's on my list and I'm going to commit to learning how to do that. So stick around for the next 14 years to see if I actually start. Please. You will either learn a lot through your failures and then be able to apply that knowledge to other aspects of your life, or you will get really damn good at whatever it is you're working towards every day that you practice. I guess the overall idea behind today's video is that commitment and consistency will give you the best opportunity to improve your life. And you might say, duh, I already knew that. But it was, for me, a moment, like I said, of clarity where I read this chapter and it really gave me insight to realize that I had been committing to something this whole period of time and never really acknowledged it. And that's why I wanted to make today's video. It gave me that perspective that I didn't even have and just made me want to continue down this path, realizing that I've done the hard stuff and now it's just enjoyment. I get to learn the fun parts of finance. I understand the boring parts of finance because a lot of it can be quite dull. I wanted to create a reminder for myself that I could come back to in the future to help motivate me with my future ventures. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to turn on bell notifications and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the constant bombardment of me telling you to learn how to build good habits and be disciplined. And I will see you in the next video.